A wise man a long time ago wrote, "The English never yield. And although driven back and thrown into confusion, they always return to the fight, thirsting for vengeance, as long as they have a breath of life."
The film, I suppose, is personal in some respects because it's a world that I've been outside looking in at since I was 16. And I sort of thought that I'm going to have to do this myself because it is personal, and it was a decision that once I made it, I was glad that I made it, and I think that possibly a lot of actors. I mean, I speak to friends of mine who are actors, and you know, I mean, Dexter's just directed his first film. I think that it's something that a lot of us want to get out of our system, and I think I was lucky enough to sort of be old enough to sort of deal with it. You know, I think 10 years ago I'd have gone and shot myself, I think. But
well, I think if you write something to kind of, you have that vision for it, so then directing comes as getting your vision across.
Yeah.
And then in turn I must help the acting as well because you've already done all the work by the time you get to doing it.
Yeah.
There's no prep because you're like, oh, I've done that all because
Well,
I wrote it, I'm now directing and I'm helping the character.
Absolutely,
because
yeah. No, I mean, I think, and it annoyed the actors because they go, "Do you want to rehearse?" I went, "I wrote it, I know my lines."
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was inspired by two people. I think I grew up in South London, so I kind of instinctively knew who this girl was anyway, and then I sort of based her on two people, kind of took elements of them and sort of mannerisms, and yeah, I kind of worked with two girls, how they look, put it into myself, combined them.
I always knew that part was going to be tricky to cast because it was finding someone who knew, you know, that sort of that culture and that lifestyle, that sort of South London culture. It's probably true, in East London as well. But and I knew that Keeley grew up in the same estate that I did. So when I found out she was acting, I thought, well, that's interesting because I knew she'd know that girl, and that's the first thing you said when you read the script, you know, which was interesting. I'm going to have to plead the Fifth Amendment on that one. No, I think I think like when you were saying earlier, when you put your character together, I think that most of the characters in the film are probably composites of 2 or 3 different people. Although I am expecting a couple of phone calls at some point in the future about Peckham Princess. Is that supposed to be me? You know, from ex-girlfriends. What I've been getting is people saying that wasn't what I was expecting, and I think hope there's a broader appeal with this film. You know, it's not your typical gangster movie. I think that's the key thing with this, and it certainly, you know, and it looks. And I'm not. This isn't me. It's the skill of the crew, but it looks like a big movie. It looks like a big film, and I always wanted to do that. I wanted to shoot. London's such an amazing city, and I wanted to shoot it on a big scale. You know, my brief with the DOP was with Mike. I said, let's shoot it like a western. You know, think John Ford.